Aries, we're going to do a quick reading for you for the holidays. I apologize about the delay. There were some audio problems, so this video is being re-recorded for the second or maybe third time. There was really nothing I could do to salvage any of the videos. I really did try, and I wanted to just get something out for you. So let's see where we are for you. I did mention this in the other videos. I'm so thankful the cards have come out virtually the same way every time. So Aries, I think you had some projects that you were working on, and they didn't work out, and you were thinking about you know, bringing these things to your family when you saw them at the holidays. You're having some concerns about what their judgment will be, about them coming at you very quickly asking you these questions, about having to come away empty-handed, and what that judgment will look like. And certainly no one wants to come, you know, with news to their family, especially when all of their family may be gathered, extended family and so on and so forth. And when they're coming, when their family is coming to them with good intentions, saying, gee, you know, we really want to celebrate this good news with you, and say, that didn't work out. So, or if this was a relationship and they're asking about, you know, gee, where was this person? That can be difficult. So, you know, if that's the case, and you really don't want to talk about, right, there was either a money issue or a relationship, and you really do not want to discuss it. And I think what came up in the first readings were, if you have that type of relative who they sort of, you know, go out on the porch and smoke and you can catch them, they may be a good person. They may be the type of person who can be a good interpreter. This is really talking about this is really talking about the venture that did not plan out. And I talked about this too. It's almost like there was someone who wanted to be right in the family for the sake of being right. Um, you know, they they said if this venture doesn't work out, this relationship or this business plan, we'll still allow you in the home, but we sort of don't want to hear about it so much. So it didn't work out, and it's almost like they not that they're thriving on being right, but a little bit, if that makes sense. Yeah, they're really kind of making, there's someone in particular that's making this conversation. They're making the conversation about your unsuccessful plans about them and how right they were. And it is just incredibly frustrating to you. And so what I really want to do with the video is give you some advice about how you can walk away from this person feeling, or this situation feeling satisfied or a little bit better if you're caught in a room full of people. The first video, there was some talk again about just there might be a family member who is able to interpret this person a little bit better than you, maybe older family members who, might know when a good time to talk to this person is, but so something a little bit more specific is coming up in this reading, and that actually might be a good thing. And some of what it's talking about is just being open with this person about how hard you worked. So you might just talk to this person about, older generations. So if it's an older person that you're talking to, they really appreciate hard work, and you might just be open with them and say, I really worked hard on this and it didn't pan out, but what I really want to focus on is how hard I worked. I really don't want to talk about the outcome. I really want to talk about how hard I worked. So the conversation will start off rocky. It's going to feel like some blood is spilling between the two of you. It's going to feel like a sort of conversation where you're in a prison with this person. If you can make it through it, Aries, it will feel better at the end. talking about hard work. We have generations of hard work in our family. I took that work ethic from you. That was really what the point of it was. I put a lot of work into this relationship, or a lot of work into this business, and that's really what I want to focus on because I'm a hard worker. Really give yourself some credit with this person and don't let them take that away from you and what you put in to this situation. Um, so some final advice that you have is the man who the man represents strong energy, dominating energy. Um, you know, there's a knight here. This card also is dependent upon the other cards. You know, there's a knight here first, and knights are, they tend to be well-rounded, they're brave, they're strong. That's how you want to paint yourself. And stand up in front of this person with your shoulders back and make sure they're even if you're a female, that you did a good job. And the other card is, it can talk about pain or suffering, but it also talks about destiny. You know, I think when someone is looking at you and you feel that maybe you've disappointed them, it's very hard to shake, but you can, as an adult, bring an end to that conversation. And I think sometimes it's hard for us to remember where our place is, especially when we've grown up as children in our families. We forget when it's our turn to take the torch. Or if we are in-laws, we feel that maybe it's not our place to step in. Or if it's a relationship, we want to please so very much, and when we've gone out on a venture and failed, you know, we feel ever apologetic. But it's okay. It's okay to say, you know, the journey was about the work I put in, and so it's okay to have that conversation. And I think that if you do that, you'll set everything off at a much different note, wherever you are in that room. So thank you so much for sitting with me for a while, Aries. Take care and have a good holiday.